So let us continue to drawing the moment diagram. And I have prepared here this one already. So we basically need the previous diagram for us to be able to solve and plot the moment diagram. But first, since this shear reaches zero shear line, by the way, it's called point of inflection. So I have mentioned this already. Point of inflection, meaning this is the point where you would get the maximum value of moment, meaning it could either be positive or negative moment. So among the moment values sa positive, siya ang pinakadako, or among the negative values nga moment, siya ang pinakadako. So it's either positive or negative. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to drop down a line. So let's drop down a line. Here. And then we're basically going to solve for the value of this shear 0 as a function of x. And this distance here, this is 2 minus x. Okay, remember from A to B, the length is 2 feet. Since I let this function as x, therefore this is 2 minus x. And we're going to use the ratio in proportion. Okay, so how do we get the ratio in proportion? Let's redraw the figure here. And then this is the 170, then this is the horizontal, and this is the 70. Okay, so I will just write the 170 here, and instead of negative, I'll place the 70. No, I'm just copying that one here. I will just be using the positive value or the absolute value of the negative 70, because we're having, or we're computing a real distance, meaning the distance shouldn't be an imaginary or irrational. So this is now our values x, and this is 2 minus x. Since mag-ratio and proportion man ta, let's solve. From the example, or from the formula that I gave, so pwede na natin mo-diretso. Y is 170 over x. What happened to my pen? So 170 over x equal to 70 over 2 minus x. So the x value here, it's really important to know the x value, that point of inflection location. Okay, again, it will play as a vital role in determining the maximum value of the moment. So I'm now solving for the value of our x. Ano ba yung value inyong x? Oh, char lang. We have 1.417 feet, and the value of our 2 minus x, so that's 2 minus 1.417, that's 0.583 feet. Okay, so now I'm gonna let this point be called as point O, and there pwede na ta mag-plot sa atong moment. So ang buhaton na to, let's start with at point A. At point A, ato i-evaluate. At point A of the loading, is there a rotational load or moment load? At point A, wala. At point B, wala. At point C, wala. At point D, wala. Therefore, there would only be one value of moment at each letter. no? Walay left sa A, walay right sa A. Kay tungod wala may rotational load or moment load or couple load sa anywhere. So, ang buhaton nato at point A, and then we're gonna start MA, and that's equal to 0. Of course, you have to start at 0. Always. Remember that. Next, at point B, meaning we're gonna write moment at B equal to the previous moment, A, then the plus minus the shear diagram from A to B. So it's really important to determine the shear diagram. Okay, so shear diagram between A to B. What is the shear diagram between A to B? So from A to B, naatay kaninga figure. Meaning, dili data mo diretso sa point B, but rather sa point O sa ta. So ang buhaton, we go back to here. Kaya nasayop day cook. No? So ang buhaton na to kay Arizona siya. And then instead of B, I will place here at point O. And then kana MO, then moment diagram, no? Moment diagram from A to point O, kana. So what is the shear diagram from A to O? So the shear diagram of A to O is a triangle, no? So this is the shear area. How do we solve for that area? That's a triangle, no? So, ang buhaton na to, all we have to do is copy that figure here. The value of MA is 0. And the area is found above the 0 shear line, meaning this is a positive area, no? That's a positive area. So, I will use the plus sign here. Plus. And area of a triangle is 1/2 of the base nga x. And the height nga 170. Sakto ba? Yes. This is our base and this is our height. 170 ang height, x kay ang base. Right. So this is going to be 0 plus 1/2 of x. X is 1.417 times 170. So we have MO. So our MO is 1/2 times 1.417 times 170. The answer is 120.45. So 120.45. This is pounds, feet. That's MO. No? So before that, butang sa nato ang 0 moment line. Kinalimtan nato siya og suwat. So this is our 0 moment line. Na. And also, para di na lang sa ta masayop or ma-lost on how to plot, ibutan na lang nato si MA dire as 0, then si MO as 120.45, no? So 120, so I'll put that here, 120.45. And then let's solve for MB, no, at point B. So at point B, so it's MB equal to, you copy the previous value, plus minus the shear area or shear diagram from point O to point B. So tanaw na to. I-copy sa na to ang MO. So diri na lang sa next paper. MO is 120. MO is 120.45. Then the shear from O to B. So mo ni ato ang shear from O to B. And this time the shear is negative. No, okay, it's found below the zero shear line. So negative man siya with a height of 70 and base of 2 minus x. No? So pwede sa inanion niyo siya pag-write. Since ang ato ang 70 is negative man, no? Since ang atong 70 is negative, pwede ra isuwat na to as plus diha. And then make sure that you are going to bear the value. So this is 2 minus x times negative 70, no? If ingon na naon na nimo siya. So again, i-plus nimo diha kung imong i-bear ni nga sign. Pero kung gusto ka nga negative ni diri kana negative na, so therefore positive na diha. So anan lang na. But para ma-uniform na lang ta, we're gonna place this one as ibutan na lang ako siya as negative, no? Kay mo man atong nasabutan. Kung naa siya below sa zero shear line, it's negative. Then make sure nga dili nimo butangan og negative value ang 70 kay ma-redundant na siya. Okay? So atong i-substitute ang value sa 2 minus x. So that's 120.45 minus 1/2 of 2 minus x. So the 2 minus x is 0.583 times 70. So we can get now the value of MB. The value of MB is, so 120.45 minus 1/2 of 0.583 times 70. So that's I got here 100.045, or this is 100. Okay, kadit lang ha. This one, 100 kilonewtons. No, not kilonewtons, but pounds. Now I got MB as or equal to 100.045, or approximately 100. So that's MB. The MB is 100. So we will plot MB na 100. So here. Ato ibutang si MB. Diri man ang point B, no? Kani man ang point B. So ako ibutang si point B here. And that's 100. Next, we're solving for C, MC. So at point C. So I'll have MC equal to, you copy the previous value, MB, then plus minus the shear area or shear diagram from B to C. Copy the previous value, 100. And then what is the area between B to C? So the area between B to C, kani siya. So this is the area between B to C. Nanabati na noon. Na. That is the area, and the area is negative. No, it's below zero shear line. Rectangle, negative 170 times 2 feet. No, 2 feet man na siya. Ya, kani ang height is 170. So negative shear, negative area, and then I'll place here base 2, and then the height is 170. So again, wa na ko gibutang ang negative sa 170, kaya na naman siya diha. Okay, so our MC now is 100 minus 2 times 170. The answer is negative 240 pounds feet. That's our MC. Ato i-plot sa point C. That's negative 240. So negative 240 siya. No, dili lang siya proportional ha. Kaya basta niyag mo nga ang 120 dara ug 240 diri the same ra. No, dili ha. Pwede ra dili siya proportional. So in this case, I'll place that here. The negative 240. 240. And then for MD, so MD, therefore nata sa point D. So we're expecting a value 0. Okay, na naman siya sa kinalasan. So MD, copy the previous MC, and then plus or minus the shear area or shear diagram between C to D. So copy the previous value, which is negative 240, and then ang shear between C to D, this one. This is the area, no? So this is the area, and the area is a positive area, no? Positive area. So the area is 240 times 2, yeah, 1/2. Okay, triangle man siya. So I'm gonna place plus sign and then triangle. So that's 1/2 of base nga 2 times 240. So therefore MD is pila? 0. No? That's 240 negative 240 plus 1/2 of 2 times 240. So 0. I-plot nimo siya diri sa MD as 0. Na siya diha. Okay, so ato nang i-connect. How do we connect? Remember the diagram that I gave? Ana man to siya. You can actually write this one in your paper. So this is positive decreasing. Yeah, this is negative decreasing. This is negative increasing. Yeah, this one is positive increasing. Na. So dali ra kay na nato siya ma-remember ana. So from point A, from connecting 0 and to 120. Ang tan-aw nato kay ang area between sa 2 points. The area is positive, no? So it's either kani or kani. Kay positive man. Pero tan-aw nato ang figure. Again, nagduda ta nga kani atong gamiton or this one kay positive man ang atong area. Pero how to determine kung positive decreasing or positive increasing ba siya? So ang buhatan nato kay mag-draw ta og line from left to right. So kani and this one, what do you observe with the line? Ang line from left to right, vertical, kay ni-decrease. Meaning, to connect this, it's positive decreasing, kay from left to right. So positive decreasing, kani di ang curve, no? So it's like that, no? Ano na to siya pag-plot? So i-plot na to siya positive decreasing. Balik na ko. Na paghuman ang curve kay first degree man diha, ang next kay mahimo siyang second degree. So increment of 1. Okay, so ang ato na sang i-plot kay si 120 ug 100. Atong tan-awon ang curve. This is the area between the 120 and 100. And the area is negative. So negative man ang atong idea kay nagduda ta nga it's either kani or this one. Pero unsa di ay dapat negative. So ang buhaton kay you draw vertical lines from left to right. Magyapon. Here. What happens to the vertical line? The vertical line drawn kay ng nitaas. So it's increasing. So it's negative increasing. So kana siya. That's how we plot negative increasing. It's like this. Ana. So that's negative increasing. Same way sa ani. So to plot it, it's like that. And the curve here is at second degree. So second degree kay again, kani nga curve diri, kani siya dira. That's a first degree line from here, no? Okay. I hope na follow na. Next, let's plot the 100 and 240. So how to plot? Sayon ra kay na i-plot tungod sa ang atong curve nga previous kay 0 degree. So ang next anak kay a straight line, no? 0 plus 1 man. So this is our first degree line. Na. And to plot 240 negative and this one, so tanaw na to ang figure. So it's found above. So it's positive. Pagkahuman, kung mag-draw ta og vertical lines from the leftmost, from left to right, so naitabo sa line. Ang line kay ni decrease. So this is positive decreasing. Positive decreasing kana. So ano na to siya pag-plot, no? So ana from left to right, ana positive decreasing. Ito na i-reason. Okay, maghugaw-hugaw na dira. Okay. So i-plot na to siya positive decreasing. Okay. And the curve here is at second degree. So second degree siya kay, again, tanaw na to sa previous, it's first degree. So plus 1, second degree na siya. So that's our shear and moment diagram by relation of loads to shear and moment.